Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik, welcome back to more of Minecraft Hardcore. Recording this one a little late and a little spontaneously, but I'm just in the mood for some Minecraft today, if I'm being honest, so we'll figure out the logistics of when this goes up in the future. For now, you're stuck with me. But yeah, in case you weren't here last episode, we finished building the long-awaited second bridge into our farm, and I gotta say, I know I did it for the opening shot, but wow. I was concerned this wouldn't look all too good, but honestly, for a 20-minute job, I think we knocked ourselves out of the park. So I've been giving myself a pat on the back for that if you couldn't guess. But today, we're going to kind of have a grab bag of different stuff that I want to look at doing. As promised, we have the board, and I kind of want to go and try to take something a little bit more substantial off. Like, we could go netherite farming, but in truth, I just don't want to. I want to do stuff here. Armor's cool and all, but if I'm building houses, don't really need to worry about it. I think that'll become a concern when we go and fight the End Dragon or the Wither. So immediately we can kind of cross some stuff off, like the Wither, End Dragon, Shulker, stuff like that. We don't really need to worry about if we, aren't going to do them now. But that said, we have a few interesting little things I want to possibly look at doing. Like farm decor, I'm half tempted to get rid of, but I want to do a tiny bit more on that in the future. But we'll kind of space it out. You can kind of watch it slowly upgrade rather than do it over the course of a few episodes. Now, in terms of stuff that I want to do, I'm going to immediately say everything on this sign's out of the question because that requires traveling. Here, it's just a bit complex, and I don't know why we could go get the fish. And I also just don't feel like building my face just yet. And then again, Shulker, we could decorate the village room actually. And I have a feeling you guys already know, it's just me to figure out in a moment. Now, realistically, we could also start preparing to go and make a farm, specifically the gold farm. I don't know why specifically I wrote down making a gold farm. I assume it's for powered rails and just aestheticness, being able to sell the gold and whatnot. So we could possibly go prep for that. That just consists of getting a lot of obsidian. So we'll definitely bear that in mind. And Ancient City, we can actually cross that off. I didn't even realise it was there, but hey, another line to cross something out with. So yeah, I think genuinely, in terms of stuff to do, we're either going to start on another part of our base, which is either the underwater room or the cow house, whatever it is, or we go get ourselves some obsidian. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm kind of leaning towards the underwater room. So let's see what we can do. Now, should we sleep or is the sun coming up? Yeah, it's fine. It's far off enough where it's like, yeah, we should probably sleep and get ready. Now, part of this is going to be scouting, part of this is going to be putting it into action, but in case you don't understand what I mean by underwater room, there are two different ways I'm thinking of going about it, and I can throw them out there, because I reckon we'll have some stuff decided on by the end of this episode, but some other stuff less so. So the first idea I have is basically, from somewhere in here, we rework something, and we just have kind of glass overlooking the underneath of this area. And the idea is that maybe we do some extra aesthetics or whatnot, but you basically just look up and get this view, but from under the water and a sheet of glass. Downside with that, it's not a proper underwater room, it's just an underground room with a water window, especially because of how that is. It's one block deep. Like, there is not much issue to it. Like, we could probably do that now. I dig a thing, fill it in with some glass, make a pathway, we're done. The other thing, which is a bit more difficult to do, we possibly go and do it over here. So there's our first option. I'll cook up a few. Like, I'm giving myself time to think. But the second one, and you see, this is why we shut the doors. Okay, if he blows up, hey, we'll make a doorway into kind of where I was wanting to go placing it, but just do that, back up, and then one more. Okay. Whew. Okay, I was kind of concerned there, but we held strong. But the second thing is basically we just go put it here. And I was genuinely thinking we could have it here. So instead of it just being, a thing, we instead kind of modify that tunnel so it sprouts off into a room and there's a little bit of a pathway, and it spits you out into an underwater area here, which would require a lot more glass. But, I'm just saying we'd probably have to renovate this area a little bit. However, I personally think the view would be worth it. However, it's also kind of obscured, so it's like, I don't particularly know. Again, it depends what the look underwater through glass is, which, there's nothing that beats in the field research, so if we have any, let's go check that and I'll use it to inform it, because if it looks like we're just regularly underwater, there's no point, and we'll just go for the more boring one. However, if it makes it look a bit more stellar, which I'm kind of hoping it will, then you know, my brain's gonna start turning. If you're wondering what we're gonna put in there, I don't know. I'm thinking we could eventually double it up and go make it into an aquarium. You know, that's also on the agenda, so it's like, I think that's like viable. It's just a matter of seeing how it pans out, because I think an underwater room with an aquarium inside it is kind of, at least to me, it's a little ironic. But also, you know, kind of cool. So yeah. I don't know, I've meaning to like build in additional parts of the house for a while. We've kind of... Actually, I'm not sure when the last time we expanded the house was. I think it was renovating that tunnel, if memory serves. I don't think we've built anything else since. You know, it was either that tunnel or, alternatively, how am I going to do this? I really didn't think this through all the way. However, I think I'm onto something. Do this, down, pop you in, and... Okay. Not exactly the worst. Like, so just comparison. There's a screenshot of before. Here's after. I'm not sure about you guys, but I think there's a lot of potential for that. So, if you ask me, it's time we go grab some glass. And now, thankfully, there is a desert over there. Well, beach. It's a very built-up beach, though, so we're gonna debuild it, as would say. But no, just go make some of these. I reckon one iron shovel isn't enough, but at the end of the day, we'll persevere. I'm sure we'll persevere now. Do we make a boat, or do we just run the whole way? It's like, yeah, don't really mind. I guess it's just a chill prep episode. Last episode was the building. This is the other side where we don't build. We get ready to build in a future episode. Although, admittedly, trying to figure out how all that would work intrigues me, because I mean, I suppose one day we could go to one of those ocean monuments, try and nab some sponges from there. Would that scare the living shit out of me? Yes, but it also gets us sponges, which would kind of make that whole thing a bit easier. So on the contrary, don't really know what we're going to do with that room, unless we just kind of whittle it down, fill it in with like a load of gravel, sand, dirt, something like that that's easily replaceable and just gets rid of the stuff. Like that. That's kind of my main thought, because I don't really want to tackle an ocean monument. In case that isn't increasingly apparent throughout God knows how many episodes of this series has gone on now. I just don't like the vibe. I know it's kind of a bad, like maybe not the best explanation, but I just don't like the Guardians. They creep me out, and if I'm being honest, I'd just rather not go for something I don't think is worth a lot of the reward, because it's a right hassle. The only time I really did it is in like a video from, I'll say, 6 years ago when they were new, and that was with people that were kind of carrying me, all things considered, so it's just one of those things where I don't really want to tackle it, because I know there's a chance it'll get me killed, and also those guys just freak me out. Like, I just don't think it'd make the best episode. But, hey, maybe one day, if like, we are completely unkillable, then I will go do it, you know. We'll make this the series we do everything in. Although I suppose that makes potential Season 3 a bit less likely. And that's not to say that, you know, I'm planning for a Season 3. I mean, that'd just be stupid. Like, why the hell would I be planning for a Xbox? I'm gonna have to turn that down in editing. Ye olde Xbox Game Bar has decided to let me know I've earned some points for playing a game. It's like, thanks. Did you need to let me know that loudly? Actually, my headset volume was up as well, because I was watching anime before. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen, for those of you interested. So, yeah, it was even more. It's 10% higher than it normally is, which definitely, a lot higher than you think it'd be. Yeah, no, my headset volume's usually on 26, was on 36, so, oh yeah, that 10% goes a long way. A long way in making me absolutely feel the soul leave my body. It's like I like Game Bar, don't get me wrong. I like the fact I got points, I'm sure, you know, it comes in handy eventually. However, stop scaring the daylights out of me, please and thank you. Especially not in a recording. If it happened when I was playing a horror game, fair enough, that's on me. But in a recording, I don't go and turn that stuff down. You know how much work that is. It's some. I actually had this conversation in Fall Guys, I think. It's like, I don't mind having to edit. I don't mind having to edit. But it's funny to act like editing is this big arduous task, when in reality it is not. Well, it is as if I'm making a second channel video, but for one of these videos we can I can unwind whenever I'm editing, because it's just, you know, oh, I drag some music in, think whatever fits best. It's like, well, what music I'm going to put in now? Probably some, like, chill stuff, because it's a nice laid-back episode. By the way, this is officially episode 60 of this series, which is insane, isn't it? Like, God, if you told me that this series was going to outlast the original, at least back when it started, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Like, not to say I didn't have faith, but it was just, I don't really see any series of mine reaching 60 effing episodes. like back in the day when we were running Sonic Adventure, to give you an idea of how old I'm talking, I was amazed I could beat Sonic Adventure, and that was something like, what, 30 videos? Like, I was just impressed I could commit to it for that long. Of course, we've done like way longer stuff since then, but it was kind of the same thing, where it's just, I don't think my stuff's gonna last that long, and when it does, it's like, oh, well, that's a surprise. God, I don't know if that says something about me. Psychologists that were a fan of the Neremik YouTube channel, what does this mean about me? I'm sure I'll get some fun responses in the comments there. And yeah, so I think I'll wear out the rest of this stone shovel, and then I reckon, of course I could be wrong, but I reckon that'd be enough. So again, we're completely decimating this beach over here. Fortunately, I don't plan to build on here, but eventually we may run out of sand, which is a horrifying thought. Speaking of horrifying thoughts, I have to officially start working my dissertation in the next few weeks. In case any of you haven't called it on, I am a university student, hence why the upload times, at least in the UK from where I am, are abysmal. It's basically like some final year of university thing, at least for the bachelor's degree that I'm doing, where you write a big paper about something and do research, and it's touted as this very big, important thing that's like, oh, you know, like your parents will go, oh, what you doing your dissertation on? It's important, you know. That level of gravitas to it. So of course, if you've watched enough of this channel, you know I'm completely shitting myself on what to do. I have come up with something, but now it's just like, it's very foreboding. It's like, ooh, your dissertation, you must spend every hour doing it. And it's like, but what if I don't want to? What if I want to record Minecraft for the homies in my screen? It's like, well, what then? What then, shooter? Don't have a rebuttal? Didn't think so. Granted, I'm very confident one way or another whoever's got the unfortunate task of supervising me while I write mine is going to figure out about my channel one way or another. It's just like this guttural hunch. It's like, because I'm doing it, and I can't really get into too much detail because I'm not sure if they get like made public, and then, you know, you guys can probably figure out my full name, which I don't really want, you know, because then I have to like worry about actual privacy. You guys can know my first name as a treat though. Last name, hands off. But basically, I'm doing stuff about games. It's a game design course, but I'm specifically doing it about audio and visual elements. And that's about as much as I can get into it, but I'm going to give you like an altered version, but not the exact version. But basically, when you have music in a game, do people find that invests them more? Or is that something that the quality of everything else influences? So let's say, for example, I don't know, yeah, we'll take Minecraft as an example. Does the music and visual style of Minecraft, like these stone bricks, the way they look, are they going to increase or decrease your enjoyment of the game? So let's say we replaced every texture with one that was worse, or placeholder textures, would you enjoy the game less? Which is kind of what we're looking to figure out. Again, I can't get into specific details. If it gets published, I'll let you guys know. But, well, I'll do it under a pseudonym, obviously, just my own like, privacy. Yeah, basically it's just, does audio and visual stuff in a game increase or decrease your enjoyment? And if so, how much? Like, yeah, let me, like, interview people, or at least go and interview people in the guise of a dissertation. I, like, really want to, like, go and interview anyway, so it's like, fuck yeah, I'm sneaky. I can speak to these people and pretend it's for work and official business, when in reality I just want to chat with them. Because they're cool. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun time all around. Bit weird, yeah. I got a few, like, weird looks and I was telling people what my plan for it was, but I think it'll be a good one, so I will try and give you guys as good updates as I can, given the fact I can't really tell you what it is outright, but yeah, I hope it turns out well. Maybe I'll turn it into a Neremik 2 video if that's anything to go by, like, or at least adapt it. Or oh, how are there monsters nearby? He's not a monster, he's a friend. Really? Oh, well, that skeleton sound certainly answers that. Yeah, I mean, I may as well go trade some stuff with villagers while I wait for stuff to smelt. And then I'm thinking we do just some preliminary construction work on this. Again, this episode's meant to be a chill one. I am recording it at 11 PM at night, so it's like, realistically, shouldn't be putting 110% in. We're just getting stuff prepared and we're having a good time. Which is like, isn't that what this series is all about? Exactamundo. Now, where's the stupid people in the hats? There you are. Come here. Oh, and come here again. Oh, I got barred. Okay. That's how many I've got. I got barred, right. And then where's the other one? Where's the other one? I'm not done. I'm not done. There's more. Thank you. Do I have anything else I can sell? Something that was 27 emeralds. Holy shit. I don't think that they do carrots, but I'll stick that back in for now. But oh my. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe mending is pretty good. Yeah, we got mending on everything, don't we? Which I'm starting to like. But oh man. Yeah, do have the armor trim on my helmet as well. Now I take a second to look at it. God damn though, I did not expect it to do that well. Now I'm just going to swap you out so that smelting as efficient as possible. One day I will dare to make a second furnace, but how much coal is in there? We're not going to run out, are we? 23, has 15 more, and is there anything else in here? Whole 22 more. It's like, yeah, you think I got the coal to run 2 furnaces? Hell no. And you think there's enough wood nearby for me to make charcoal? Yes, actually. Yes, there is. Maybe at the end of the episode I'll make a second furnace. And that can be our second major development. Oh, God. Right. Well, in any event, I think we should get cracking on this. Because I think this is going to be a bigger project than maybe some of you may have thought. I need to get, like, some marker blocks, and dirt probably isn't going to cut it, so I'm just going to do... make a few more planks of these. Right. Allow me to explain the complete insanity of what I want to build here. How much glass it's going to require. I want it to go to about here, and on the other side as well, just again, make sure to keep it lined up, that this makes sense. Here to here, just because I think that gives a good enough example, and it's going to be a few blocks underneath the surface of the water, obviously, so it's not really going to mess with the bridge too much. It's going to be here to here, there to there, and about, I want to say, like, there to there. Which is a bit mental. Like, that is huge. It is, however, also going to look sick as... Actually, you know what? No, screw it, screw it. I'm undershooting. If there's one thing that has been drilled into me in the first few weeks I've been back at university, you gotta shoot for the stars, man. You just gotta. So, okay, do we end it? Do we end it here? Or do we end it on the other side of the bridge there? Yeah, we end it here. We end it here. We're mentally unwell enough for that, right? Well, don't answer that, actually. But, yeah, you know what? Yeah, shoot for the stars and all that jazz. We're gonna stick it here. Again, this was, like, just a rough approximation, but that's a lot of sand. It is, however, going to be really cool. Question is, or I should say the main issue is, we obviously need to go, well, do some work clearing this out, which, with the time we've got left in this recording, I don't know if it is entirely viable, but we can at the very least make a start. Just taking some stuff out with a shovel. It's going to be a right pain, because you're going to have me dipping in and out of water a lot, but the general idea is I clear this out, and then it's pretty much done. So to start here, for example, this needs to go down a certain amount of blocks, and that's quite the issue. This is fine, like, this actually helps me out a great amount, but stuff here is going to be a bit more of a pain. Luckily though, anything I want to build here is kind of a bit more unrestricted. Like, this valley's kind of fine, I can work around it, hollow it out as and when. So it's kind of this chunk of random crap here that's got to go. So, I suppose we just dig it down a few blocks and go from there? I mean, if anything, can I just, like... I can, okay, well that certainly actually made things a whole lot easier. So, I think maybe I want to dig it one extra down. I think... Again, I think there's a little bit of an overhang, but you kind of see what I want to go for with this? Like, it's going to be under enough so I can kind of swim through without constantly bumping into it and being reminded, oh yeah, this is here. It's like, it's not, I'm not saying it's not going to be disruptive, but, you know, it's not going to be super noticeable as and when I'm putting it, if that makes sense. Well, as and where would be better to say. And look at me getting all technical with my speak. Also, if everyone wants to use concrete in this room or any upcoming rooms, I'm going to be stacked for that, so, I mean, sign me up. Now, okay, yeah, so as predicted, there's like a bit of an overhang here, which I'd be kind of stupid not to make use of, like... Granted, we've kind of leveled out a lot more in a little bit than I was planning to, well, than I was expecting to, which is like, I'll take though. I'll take. Now, I'm thinking, again, I kind of want to leave the walls like here, so I'm thinking we'll just, you know, mine out these, get down and do the nitty-gritty, kind of bring it all to level around here. And this honestly isn't looking / sounding all too bad off the bat. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few more issues that we run into, especially with like flooring, mining some of the rocks there that I just ran into, but that is not as bad of a start as I thought it was. I thought we maybe have to spend some time next episode when we were looking at possibly starting to lay some stuff down, that it would be like a right nightmare, but apparently not. Apparently it's actually a lot easier than I was thinking. Like, I think, because we can either lower this and like make it level, or we can bring it up a little. That's like really the only thing that's kind of bothering me. And we can kind of just, we may as well just kind of, I'm thinking keep it at this level, and then just fill in that. And then this, I'm thinking we possibly go a little bit lower down, but for what it's worth, I'm just going to collect all the stuff that's floating, so I mean, it's free resource at the end of the day, especially with that gravel. It's like, oh, if I ever want concrete, that'll be in very, like, noticeably short supply, I'm sure, but that doesn't feel bad in any sense of the word. It just feels kind of, well, you know what I mean? Like, that feels very workable, at least in my head. Again, just try a little bit here and there, but yep. Okay, I was wondering when I was going to take drowning damage, but another promising start to a project. Again, we spend a concerning amount of time in and around this farm, but I will say, if this like pays off and it becomes a room, and maybe we add like some sort of entrance exit here and then there, I wouldn't complain. Of course, I still want that beach area over there with some furniture and whatnot to still exist, but having like just a bit of a room that's maybe a bit, you know, closer to travel to rather than the main area, I'm really taking a liking to that idea. So yeah, honestly, if last episode hadn't happened, and especially with the cherry trees not being here, I wouldn't have particularly thought to base it here. I would have gone with that other idea of it just being kind of a square cut in underneath a bit of a, you know, a water area. But I suppose that's cool how that works out. And I suppose we'll just have to tune in next time once all our glasses finish smelting to see how we start to put it into action. Is it going to be a bit of a nightmare? Absolutely. Is it going to look really cool when done? We're certainly going to hope so. So yeah, this probably take a few episodes to get done. Like, you know, we'll maybe split up a bit towards the end, but I reckon the next 2 episodes will be very interesting to see how this progresses. But for now, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I think I'll go record some late night Tomodachi Life and make that a gimmick of an episode. Sounds good to me. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It does all help out a bunch. Lets me know if you want some more of this, and all that good stuff. And until next time, all said and all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name has been Neremik, and peace out.